welcome everyone to our Open Sight baking session with Penny Malville Brown. I'd like to thank you for all joining us today for our zingy dessert recipe that Penny is going to be doing today. Today we are doing the lemon curd and ice cream recipe that Penny is going to show us today, which sounds very yummy. Is anyone baking along with us today?
Yes, I am.
Oh, yeah. Fantastic. Looking forward to seeing those that are baking along, how you're getting on as well. So let us know, how it turns out as at the end and how it tastes. Can't wait to find out how it tastes as well. So let's hand you over to Penny Malville Brown and let's get started. Hi, Penny.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Right, what I'm going to start with is the lemon curd. And on my work surface here, I have a little mobile hob that is plugged in and switched on. And on it, I have a pan of water that is getting hotter, and I put it on full whack because that's going to be a really important part of the lemon curd. And what I need to do is bring it up to a simmer. So this is not the fastest thing in the world, so we'll see how it goes. Right, but what's been really important is I have very carefully checked the size of my bowl with my pan so that I know it will sit on top of the pan without touching the water, because I do not want boiling water touching the bottom of this pan, this bowl, which will have eggs in it. Otherwise, we're going to end up with lemon scrambled eggs. So that's just a factor to bear in mind. Okay, so in this bowl here, I have the zest. Do you remember we did fruit a little while ago? And I showed you how to use zest.
Yeah.
And in there is the zest of a lemon. And I'm going to add, this is about 85-ish grams of caster sugar. So that's going into my bowl. There it goes. And over here, I have another bowl.
Tooltip start. Mute tooltip. Tooltip stop video. Alt+V. Video.
Penny?
Yes?
Is it just zest and the yolks of the egg?
No. The zest and the sugar in there in the bowl, in this bowl.
Oh, sugar and, okay. How big does the bowl have to be?
Well, you need to look at it and fit it to your saucepan.
Yeah, and does it have to be really deep?
No, you don't want it too deep. You don't want
it
hanging in the water.
Right, okay.
Okay, so one bowl, which we're going to use on the pan, has got the zest and the sugar in. The other bowl I have here is I'm going to break an egg into it. 2 large eggs, in they go. 1, 2.
Tooltip start.
Okay. Just gonna. Right. So there's.
Is that the Penny? Is that the white and the yolks?
Yeah, the whole lot. Just whack it in.
Oh, okay.
It makes it so much easier.
Yeah.
Not the shell, though. Not the shell.
Oh no, not me, shell.
Everybody ready?
I had separated the eggs, so I'll put it back together, shall I?
Just tip it in there, girl.
Right, so zest, sugar and eggs all get mixed together.
No.
Oh no, I haven't done.
Uh-oh.
No, I haven't done.
We've got the zest and sugar in one bowl. In a separate bowl, we've got the two eggs.
Oh, all right, I get you.
Okay.
So which one goes on the pan?
The one with the zest and sugar.
Oh, okay. Oh, my water's bubbling now.
Yeah.
Do not worry. We can pour it all in together in a minute.
Okay. Got you.
If you hear me, and then you could just plonk it all into the bowl that fits. So into my 2 eggs, I'm putting in my lemon juice.
Lemon juice.
And I have this wonderful electric juicer. And I have to say, but for somebody who can't see, it's by far the best way of doing it.
So juice eggs.
Juice and eggs in one bowl. Whisk. And just beating these together. Now you could use a fork for this. I'm using a silicone whisk, which is basically wire covered with silicone. So I can use it in non-stick pans and bowls like this. But you can use a fork. All you're doing now is beating the egg yolks and the egg whites with the lemon juice just to get it nice and bunched together.
Yep, very much.
Okay, now, whichever bowl you are going to use on your pan, you're going to put all the ingredients into that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to use this glass bowl I've got here, a Pyrex bowl. I'm adding my eggs to the sugar and so I've got this, so
After you whisked it, you add that to the pan.
it's not to the pan, it's to the bowl that's going over the pan. So here is my pan getting warm. Here is my bowl going on top of it. In that bowl, I have the sugar, the lemon rind, the 2 eggs, and the lemon juice. Okay? So whichever bowl you're going to use, slap it all into that.
Right.
Now I have my, I think I said 87 grams of butter or so many ounces.
I think it was 85.
And it's going into my bowl, if I can find it.
On the pan?
Yep, in the bowl, over
Butter
the
in the
pan.
bowl in the pan, got you.
Yep. So I'm putting in these little small pieces of butter. And the reason you're cutting the butter up is just so that you've got more surface area for the heat to work with and you to mix it in. Right, I've just scraped my butter in.
Just put it in little bits at a time.
I'm just going to rinse my hands.
Remember to be prepared with that bowl of soapy water.
Oh God, yeah.
Good on you, Ashton.
Right. So now I've got my balloon whisk, or whatever whisk you want to use, and I'm stirring my mix in the pan, in the bowl rather, over the pan of hot water.
So we put the eggs with the sugar and the zest now, yeah? Can I put it now?
In this, yep. So you've got your bowl to go over the pan. In there now, you've got your eggs, your sugar, your lemon juice, your lemon zest, and the butter. So the basis of this is actually what I've been really quite careful with, is having all my ingredients at room temperature. So I got out of the fridge a little while ago. My eggs have been out of the fridge for a couple of days.
Yeah, so have I.
The lemon zest, I did it this morning earlier. And the lemon ditto. So everything, you know, I'm not having to heat all that up too much.
Oh, yeah.
And now I'm stirring it over this hot water, which is being extraordinarily slow.
You don't want it to bubble or anything, do you?
Well, I need it to come up to a gentle simmer. And I can't quite doing that yet. Let me just listen. And I'm a bit loath to put my hand in.
Let me turn the heat up a bit.
Now, if you wanted this to go even quicker, you could add an extra egg yolk.
Would that make your end curd a bit thicker?
Yeah. And also, it's just cooking more quickly. Now, we should have sterilised jars to put this in if we're very good. So the best way I find is give them a good rinse in hot water, make sure they're actually physically clean. And I put them in the oven on the lowest temperature to heat up.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah. Now, what I have is I have a very standard jar. Let me just find it. You won't see it. It's actually probably about an 8-ounce jar, which I use for all my baking blind preserves.
That's not
And
it.
I'm now going to be incredibly boastful. I made my own jam funnel
Oh,
perfectly into my jar. It's really stable. It's got a collar, i.e. the bit that goes into the jar, that's about, must be 2 inches wide. It's about nearly 1 inch deep, so it's really stable. And then I beat out a little pewter bowl that my tutor then soldered to the ring. And so that gives me a really good aiming point to get preserves into these jars. And I tell you what, getting a good jam funnel, if you want to make preserves, is invaluable.
right. I'll have to look for one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, a friend bought me one, and I find it really good. It's like an old-fashioned teacup size, little handle and no bottom to it.
Yes.
With a collar.
Yes, that sits stable in the jar.
Yeah, it's really good.
Rattle around and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Now, as this is slowly going to heat up, what I'm going to do in a moment is I'm going to get a thermometer out, and we'll look at the temperature. I know that if I was making a tarte au citron, which you make in the oven, with a very similar mix in it, you want it to come up to about 70 degrees or so, because I've got a sous chef. Come, sous chef.
Good morning, everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Ellen.
Darling, can you take the temperature for me whilst I keep stirring?
Is it important that you do keep stirring, Penny?
Yes, I think you do need to just keep it stirring. It doesn't need to be mad, wild stirring, but just keep it moving. So that
Am I stirring with a whisk, Penny?
yeah, you could stir with the whisk if you want to.
Okay, or just a normal spoon, yeah, one of those silicone spoons.
Yes, a silicone spoon, I would have thought. Whatever you're going to use to dish up with. How are we doing, darling?
61.
61. I think I want it at least another 10 degrees.
60.8 degrees.
And some people would take it up to 80, but I think you're getting quite risky. So we might try, we'll see what we feel like. And as it thickens up, and I'm going to use the finger method. I just realized I've been stirring the work surface.
How's it going there, Penny?
And my finger is just slightly garlicky because I've been preparing lunch as well.
Yummy.
Oh, garlic ice cream is delicious.
No. Yuck.
Could be a new invention, couldn't it?
Yeah, 63 at the moment here.
64, 65.
It's going up.
65.5 degrees Celsius.
I cannot tell you how useful these talking thermometers are.
I need one of those.
I keep meaning to
Really
get one
do.
actually.
We do cakes with it, bread with it. Those both need to be around about 95 Celsius. Meat, you want to get it to at least 70.
Oh yeah.
You know, I use it for when I'm making marmalade. I'm going to get that to about 106. All sorts of things. And when you can't see to see if something is done, you know, just invaluable.
Oh yeah.
I think of my cooking gadgets, the only things that I really have adapted are that aren't mainstream off the shelf is the talking thermometer and the talking scales.
70 now.
Have a go and see what you think about the consistency. As it cools, it will thicken, but it may still be a bit low.
Oh yeah.
Still quite thin. We're going to go further.
Yeah, mine is quite thin still. What should I do? Put another yolk or carry on?
Quite
Just
thin.
keep it going. Just keep it going.
And the water is sort of medium heat. Should I turn it down?
You want it at a simmer because you're cooking it really over the steam.
Yeah. Oh, let me just.
Feel it starting to thicken, and that's what's quite good with these silicone whisks, because they're quite sensitive. You can feel. We're at 77 here.
78.
78.
8.2 degrees
Sort of
Celsius.
thick line, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's thickening.
Oh yeah, mine's thickening.
Yeah.
I can feel it on my spoon. It's starting to.
Yes, absolutely. And don't forget, it will thicken further when it gets cool.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's thickened up a lot more now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you think it's thick enough, take it off.
79.
Okay. Do
Yeah,
I just
I'm gonna-
put it straight into the jars, or do I just?
Just slap it straight in.
Okay.
9 degrees.
We're just under 80. A bit more?
80.
80. I'm going to call it a day at 80, I think. I'm just concerned if we go to, and I can feel the weight of it. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, I'm going to lift that off the water.
Turn it off.
Yeah, if you switch all of that off. What do you think? We haven't actually had a taste, have we?
No.
Oh, that's not fair.
I don't know if mine's ready though.
Sorry, say that again?
I don't know if mine's ready. I'm sure it's thickened a bit. I don't know how thick it should be.
Yeah, mine's thickened. Oh, ouch.
Mine is like
This could go very wrong.
thick shampoo.
Oh yeah. Mine.
I've never stirred shampoo, so I don't know that.
All the more tempting to put this on my hair now, but probably not the best.
A nice, revival.
It's not as thick as if you had a tube of moisturizer, it would be about right.
Mm.
Right, I am going to, because I've got another recipe to do, I am going to ask Alan, and I'm still stirring it here, because of course it's cooling, and I'm trying to make sure it cools evenly and I don't get
Oops.
lumplets in the bottom.
It's definitely thickened. I'm sure of it.
Good. And as I said,
Can I put the lid straight away, or do I have to leave it off?
I would just let it steam off a bit.
Yeah.
Alan, would you like to fill our jar with that while I remove the hot plate? I would recommend that this was eaten within a week, 2 weeks tops. Keep it in the fridge.
Yeah.
We have natty little baking blind lemon curd labels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I know I'm cheating a bit by having him do it, but because I want a clean work surface to show you the next recipe.
That's all right.
Well, ours is very good. Ha! Yes. If
We'll
you're
be round.
Right.
labels are here.
Mmm.
Okay.
Tastes nice. Still got a bit left in my bowl. I'm just tasting it.
It is nice, isn't it?
Okay.
Oh, it tastes lovely.
Excellent.
I've not had lemon curd in so long. Oh,
Can I
it's
tell
lovely.
you how people just love this? Because it's nothing like what you buy in the shops, is it?
I can imagine. I can imagine.
Fresh, zingy.
Oh.
Yeah, all labelled.
Mmm. Cannot stop licking the bottom of my bowl.
Oh, I'm ashamed of you. Are you using the finger method?
Yes.
It's these private kitchen moments, isn't it, that we love? If you're up for it, I'm going to show you this ice cream.
Yes, please.
And this is, I'm ashamed to tell you how complicated it isn't. It is ridiculous, ridiculous. Here I have a small decanter of Cointreau. Alcohol is not necessary, but I will talk to you about the role of alcohol in ice cream. I have a little jar, a little tiny bottle of orange oil. You know when you,
Oh,
when you zest an orange?
Orange oil.
Yes. And you know when you zest an orange and you get that wonderful flavour and smell, and it all spreads to your face?
Oh, that is heavenly.
Yes. So that's there just in case I need a bit more orange flavour.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now let me come back. I am coming to you. Right. Here, I have the key ingredient, which is, and I'm ashamed to tell you, it's a tin of condensed milk.
Snack.
Okay. 300. I've got it. I made this the other week, and then I got bored with it and made it with a different way. And so this is, it weighs on the tin 397 grams.
Yeah, that's the one I've got.
So just think about that.
I did ask Alexa how much milliliters that is, but she couldn't give me a straight answer.
No, so that's 390 grams. In the bottom of this plastic bowl, I'm using plastic, I'm going to be beating in here in a minute, but this is where you could use just your single beater. Of course, you could make this in a food processor.
Oh, yeah.
I don't do it because it's just messier and takes longer to clean up and lick out.
Okay.
Right. Alan, can you see the cream, my love? Have I got it out there? No.
Yep. Stop.
Thank you. So into this bowl, I'm just coming over here so I can find things. Into this bowl, the zest of 2 oranges. And I'm pouring in my 390 grams of spatula, please. Spatula, got it, of condensed milk. Now,
Are you using all of it? It's a 200 ml.
Well, I am going to use all of it, but you don't have to.
Because I've only got 200 ml measured up. But can you use?
Then that's fine. Go with it.
Okay.
You're such a good girl.
I just did what you said on the email.
I know it did. But I made it the other day and I got bored and threw it all in, because what was I going to do with a bit of condensed milk at the end of the day? So
it's very nice eaten with bananas. Cut bananas into little circles, put condensed milk over it and eat it. It's a lovely dessert.
Oh, wow. I might have to try that.
If you think about this, what I'm using is just these ingredients in their containers. So here I've got a 300 milliliter pack of cream, double cream.
That's what I've got.
Yep. And I'm literally, and I'm sorry what I told you last time, but that was from a recipe, but I couldn't be bothered with the dregs of these things. So I thought I'll just try it with the whole lot.
I just bung it all in. It's easier.
Yeah, it is a bung it all in. So there goes the cream, blonk, 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 blonk. Use a little plastic spatula to get everything out. But you're just adding whatever cream you've got.
Oh, yeah.
That you have obediently measured out.
I'm just going to wing this with the vanilla bean.
Now, I'm going to use an electric mixer now, but you don't have to do that. You could use a hand whisk.
Yeah.
You could use your one beater, but let me, because we were having questions about how to use an electric mixer.
Could you just repeat? So we're putting the condensed milk and cream and this vanilla paste all together.
Yeah, if you're using vanilla paste, put your flavouring in. What other flavour?
Yeah, that's what I'm using.
You're using vanilla?
Yeah, vanilla bean paste.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like the paste.
And is it just a case of whipping it up?
Pardon?
Then is it just a case of whisking it up once you put everything in there?
Yep. Now, I'm using my electric hand whisk, and it's got 3 settings. I'm going to start on the slowest one.
Could I add a dash of Baileys into it?
Sorry, say that again.
Dash of what?
A dash of Baileys.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm going to do.
Have I got that?
What I'm going to do now is get this mixed up, and I'm going to taste it. I'm using citrus because I find this was quite a sweet ice cream.
Mm.
So I wanted something to cut through the sweetness.
You haven't put any sugar in though, have you, Penny?
I'm only beating this on my very slowest speed, okay?
Yeah, I'm just doing it.
And I'm just putting my beaters over the bowl. I've got a teaspoon here, and I'm going to have a taste.
Let me do that.
Well, mine is lovely and orangey.
Oh my goodness me, mine's lovely and vanilla-y.
Right, I'm going to be naughty, and I'm going to pop in just a splash of Cointreau.
Oh, I love
Helen and I were living in France until we came back in 2020. We were near Angers, and that's in the Loire Valley, and that's where they make Cointreau.
Oh. thought it was French. It sounds very French.
It is a bit of a giveaway, is it, the name?
Yeah, a little bit.
My darling, can you just pull that
Yes.
out for me?
It's pronounced Cointreau, not Cointreau.
Oh, good. Go on, say it again.
Cointreau,
Cointreau.
Cointreau.
not Cointreau. Cointreau.
Cointreau. Did you get that? Cointreau.
Is it? How'd you say it? Cointreau.
Cointreau. Yeah. Stress
Con-
on the syllable.
Oh. Quite a mouthful.
Is that coming out?
Especially when you're drinking Baileys.
Oh, I'm so gutted that I haven't got any Baileys.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Because that is my favourite alcoholic beverage, Baileys.
Same, same, love it.
Do you understand about alcohol and what it does to anything that's frozen? So if you put in too much, you put too much alcohol in, you change the freezing temperature of your ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh, so does it not freeze as much, or does it not? Or does it freeze too much?
So just don't go mad with it, because otherwise you just go.
Half a cupful.
Well, no, a bit more. Capful.
Yeah.
But this is not necessary with this ice cream. This is just because we're all so naughty. That we want to do like this. So I put that in. I've decided I didn't need the orange oil because it tastes so good. Just going to give it another. And all we're doing here with the mixing is blending that condensed milk and that cream together.
Oh yeah.
How much Cointreau did you actually put in, Penny?
I used a capful, but it's a large bottle.
Okay, so one large capful.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
My darling, could you grab me a couple of Lakeland boxes and we will do this? This is 1/2, 1/4.
Still a bit warm.
Now,
Do you want me to pour it into the box?
yes, please.
Oh, right.
Helen's going to pour it into the box for me.
Going in. Down to about there. I'll do that to the other big one.
Use the finger for measuring. It is delicious, isn't it?
Mm.
You can have scrapes, darling.
Okay. Sous chef's perks.
Yeah. But I would make this, because it is quite sweet, you could think about a bitter coffee, which will offset that sweetness, and you could put pecan nuts in it.
Oh.
You could do it with lemon, orange.
Oh, yeah.
You could make a sort of raspberry sauce by just putting some raspberries in the tiniest bit of water in a pan, heating them up so they're just breaking down a bit, and then letting them cool, and that could be your flavoring. You could do similar with strawberries. What other flavors can you think of?
Chocolate,
Yes,
toffee, salted caramel, you name it.
yes. So you can make all sorts of things. And you know what I'm going to show you now, don't you?
What's
There
that?
will be one I made earlier.
And do these just go straight in the freezer once you put them in the boxes?
Just in the freezer. And I checked mine after about 10 hours and it really wasn't frozen enough.
Oh yeah.
So you really think it's going to take 24 hours to freeze.
So Hilary and Carol, you're going to try this recipe when we're off air today, or are you going to do it later on in the week?
Not today.
Later on in the week, yes.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
I used to have it.
You don't need anything complicated on the beating.
No.
Right,
Yeah.
have you got it?
Yes.
You're saying, Hilary?
When I've made ice cream before, it's gone very crystal, ice crystals in it.
Right.
How
Lift it
can you get
too long.
around that?
Right, can I show you? This, well, I can't show you, can I? This is rum and raisin. Okay, and I have a teaspoon, ordinary cheap and cheerful teaspoon, so it'll bend if it's all too hard. So I'm putting a teaspoon into the middle, turning it round, and I have come out with a spoonful of that rum and raisin ice cream. And oh yeah, I'm so sorry you can't share it.
Yeah. It's solid, it's sitting up on the spoon. So that's really fine.
Yeah.
Penny, Hilary's just asked, when she makes ice cream, it becomes like crystallized. Do you know why that's happening, or could give any suggestions?
I think it's probably the amount of fat she hasn't got in it. So you've probably got
right.
too much water and not enough fat.
Okay.
Heston Blumenthal makes a very similar in concept ice cream. The classic ice cream is made with an egg custard.
Mm.
So we made the lemon curd. That's nearly an egg custard, but you instead of having lemon juice, you would have cream.
Yeah.
And you can make it, thicken it up just as we've done today, and then you let it cool down. And that's the boring bit, because you've got to start it 7 hours beforehand to get it cool. And then you might beat in some more cream. Now, Heston Blumenthal's recipe, he uses cream and adds powdered milk. And that's in a way similar to the condensed milk, because you are upping the fat content in the mix that you're making. And it's the fat content that is stopping it freezing so much.
Okay.
Fat and of course, eggs have got a lot of fat in them as well. So cream, eggs, or cream and condensed milk, and then the alcohol will also adjust your freezing temperature. So, I have made, I make the most amazing honey and whiskey ice cream, which you can serve with toasted oats. But
sounds amazing.
It is great, but if you get a bit carried away with the whiskey,
oh no, don't do
you
that.
need to serve it in tall glasses with big spoons. It's amazing. Nobody complains.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Those were two remarkably easy recipes, weren't they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Another great baking exclusive session with Penny Malvell Brown, hosted by Open Sight Hampshire.
When I started this today, I had a clean apron.
It looks clear to us, Penny.
Our baking sessions take place every second Monday of the month via Zoom. Our baking sessions are for anyone who is visually impaired or blind who would like to come along and learn new ideas and share their tips and interact with other visually impaired people.
Oh wow, that's massive!
It's like a massive cookie.
Look, if I put it, you can't see my head.
To find out more about our regular baking sessions, please contact Open Sight Hampshire on 02380 641 244 or email info@opensight.org.uk. You can also register on our Eventbrite page, and please don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms.